Hello, everyone. I am Gertrudis Achekar. As a professional, I have the best of two worlds. On one hand, more than 20 years of experience in the financial industry, and on the other, the skills and superpowers of an associate certified coach. I specialize in leadership, emotional intelligence, and positive intelligence. Today, we are going to talk about how to welcome new team members to your group. I'll go over a brief introduction, the tips to welcome new team members, and then the key takeaways. Have you ever been reassigned to a new manager? Or have you inherited a new team and now you're the boss? Or maybe you were promoted and you're managing your peers? Yes, yes, and yes. All of those situations, if not handled appropriately, can be quite stressful and disruptive for everyone involved. At the end of the day, we are people with feelings, perspectives, energy, motivations, desires, and imperfections. Our brain is programmed to flag any type of change as a potential threat until it can determine that the new environment and tribe are safe. As adults, we are responsible for managing our own emotions and feelings. And as the leader of the group, it is my responsibility to create a safe space for people to transition into the change as smoothly as possible. So let's go over some tips to welcome new team members. First, be clear on the goals and expectations and flexible on how people get there. If I ask somebody to get me a tall soy vanilla latte from Starbucks in the next 2 hours, I would say that is a pretty clear expectation. The person can decide which Starbucks to go to and which route to take. It is also possible that the person is not familiar with the area or with Starbucks products. If they ask or if I perceive that they have no idea of what I'm talking about, I can provide more specific instructions or offer some recommendations. I appreciate that allowing others to determine their own how-to may be difficult, especially if we used to be the one in charge of getting the tall soy vanilla latte from Starbucks. We know the closest place, the best route, how the app works. We think our way is perfect, so why change it? To stop meddling too much with the how-to of other people, I remind myself of two things. First, I have been granted space to create my own how-to, and that has allowed me to grow and advance in my career. It is my duty to do the same for other people. And second, I'm actually curious to see how the person is going to approach the goal. Often, I am very surprised at people's creativity and ingenuity. I also know that there are certain tasks or processes that must be done in a specific manner. Ideally, this would be the exception. In those cases, be clear as to why things must be done following a prescribed sequence of events. And be mindful not to disguise preference with requirement. The next one is to pick your battles. The hyperachiever in us wants to accomplish multiple goals at any given time. Our stickler wants things done in a certain way. Knowing when to push and when to pull is key to create a safe environment for people to smoothly transition into the team. Articulate the limits of the playground, rules of the game, and standards of excellence for the team. These would be non-negotiable. For the rest, prioritize, discard, or accept. Be clear in distinguishing enforcement versus boosting. If you try to disguise enforcement with encouragement, people will know the difference and will feel manipulated. The third one is to use the what's in it for me principle. People's motivations are as diverse as people themselves. We do things based on what's important to us. Yes, we may yield to others in power or to people we love, but only for specific things and on a temporary basis. Consistent behavior is linked to internal motivation, to what will benefit us overall. And great leaders find those motivations and use them as fuel for each person's and the overall team's goals. So for example, if I want someone on the team to work on his presentation skills, I may appeal to his desire to be promoted or to be known by people senior to him. Unfortunately, many leaders still use threats, tight deadlines, or other stressors which may be effective in the short term, but eventually will hurt the productivity and the team cohesion. Speaking to people's desires and motivations will stand the test of time and deepen relationships. And the last one is to be patient. When we put a team together, either by choice or by circumstance, we expect or want the new team members to gel with each other and with us on the first day. People bond with other people at different speeds. Some are more comfortable being vulnerable and open up quickly. Others need more time to observe before fully trusting. I operate under the assumption that it will take time for people to know and trust me. It's a marathon, not a sprint. I also want to take time to get to know my new team members and to establish a trusting relationship. Certain factors can accelerate the process. For example, being vulnerable and showing your humanity set the foundation for trust. Also, your reputation and how existing team members speak about you to the newcomers. When you inherit a team, make it your goal to create a safe environment for people to adjust to the change smoothly. You have control over the climate you create, the standards you set, and how you make people feel. The sooner we communicate expectations, priorities, rules of the game, etc., the faster the unknown becomes familiar. Change, even when welcomed, triggers stress response in the primal brain. It's fear of the unknown. Knowing is always better and less stressful than not knowing. Sometimes there are events in progress that we cannot communicate. If that is the case, say so. If possible, give a preview without revealing the entire movie. People will react how they will react. That is outside of your control. But at the end of the day, they will appreciate you treating them like the capable adults they are. As the leader, you set the tone and you cast a large shadow over the rest of the team. So why make everyone's lives, including yours, difficult by creating stress, frustration, angst, or anger? Instead, choose empathy, curiosity, innovation, excellence, and laser-focused action. People will be more motivated and productive, and you and the team will achieve amazing results. Thank you so much for listening. What do you do to welcome new team members to your group? Please let us know in the comments. And for more content, please remember to subscribe to my channel. See you in 2 weeks.